work. They call, oh, I'm just looking at the going market rate. But they won't tell you how the market rate got there, how phony, baloney, and manipulated it is. It's price fixing. That's what it is. It's different groups, special interest groups, collaborating, colluding together to raise your cost of living. Anybody that's got an interest in it is happy that the prices are going up. And the other people are sad because it hurts them. It's burden on them, and it's burden away from somebody else. Advantage, disadvantage. For example, if you've got stocks in the oil, okay, when you see the price of gas going up, you're happy. You know, you pull into the gas station like this, well, not letting anybody know what's going on in your heart and your mind, because you know that's money in your pocket. You don't care that you got to pay $5 for a gallon of gas. Hell, that's good for your bottom line. Am I right? Am I making sense to anybody out there? So we've got to understand just how divisive this economic system is. It's cruel, it's inhuman, it's evil, it's diabolical, it's wrong, it's immoral, it's unethical. I could go on all day with adjectives to explain how bad this system is. Not just for me, but for you, for everybody. And if it's bad for you, it's bad for me. That's what we've got to understand. That we are hopelessly interconnected. That your welfare is literally my welfare. And my welfare, in turn, is literally your welfare. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about finding happiness. Not happiness, feigned happiness, false happiness, diluted happiness, because you think that the way to happiness is by having plenty and you being financially secure and financially prosperous. I guarantee you will never find it. It's in your conscience, because when you turn to the one and only Creator God and you say, why aren't I happy even though I have plenty? It's because your conscience won't allow you. It's a fail-safe. It's built in that you are supposed to suffer along with your fellow man. You cannot say that it's okay that people suffer needlessly on the face of this earth. Okay? Needlessly is what it is. That's a word with a meaning. It means unnecessarily. And there's a difference between necessary suffering and unnecessary suffering. Because certain suffering is across the board. It's non-discriminating. Like, for example, a natural disaster. It can affect anybody. Okay? Like, for example, disease across the board. Accidents across the board. So there's all these things that we could consider as necessary suffering. But then there's those things that are unnecessary, that are invented. And there's evidence to prove that. Cloward and Priven strategy. They want people poor. They go, okay, you found us out, you got us. Well, now here's why. So this is the whole thing with the environmentalism. And what a big hoax all this is. I mean, right now, there's a thing going on where I am with neighbors and this spraying. There's a neighbor adjacent where I reside that sprays several acres, maybe 5 acres or more, with Roundup or some other form of weed killer. And I'm against that whole. I think with glyphosate and the evidence that this stuff is a carcinogen, I mean, it ought to be outlawed, but it's not. And, you know, a lot of the neighbors are spraying this stuff in their driveways, and, you know, to keep the weeds down and whatnot. And you can see it because right away it turns yellow. And they're poisoning the wells. Everybody in this little neighborhood is on a well. And this glyphosate leaches down eventually and gets in the wells. So this is what might explain why cancers, in part explain why cancers are on the rise. So people will look at a guy like me like I've got 3 eyes. Okay, and, you know, and it's ridiculous. When really I'm the guy that's being environmentally prudent. You know, I don't want to pollute the earth. I don't want to destroy the earth. I recycle everything I can. Okay, and if I could run my car on water, I would. And that's a kind of technology that could be released if we had sound currency. Okay, gradually, it would solve all of humanity's solvable problems. But yet, you know, these people, they don't even look up, they think I'm a conspiracy theorist if I mention geoengineering, you know, weather modification programs. How stupid is that? They don't even look up. It ruins my whole day. I think even if it was completely innocuous, proven beyond a shadow of a doubt, there was no health effects to chemtrails, I would still loudly object on the basis that it's ugly, that they have no business wrecking a perfectly blue sky and manipulating Mother Nature. Okay, these are the people ruining the earth and telling me that I'm ruining it, that human activity on the earth is ruining it. Okay, these are the people that would keep the patents from you. These are the people that inscribe the Georgia Guidestones, that want to get the earth population reduced by over 85%. These are sick people, and we all need to just wake up and face the music. And it's not going to help if just some of the people wake up. We've got to wake each other up and understand I've got the best motives. I want the best for not some of the people. I want the best for all of the people, okay? That's what I really, 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 really want. I want everybody free. The same things I want for myself, I want for others. Many, many people, including myself, are happy with very little, okay? And in fact, some of my favorite possessions, you know what makes them my favorite? Is that they cost me hardly anything. And I think that's a beautiful thing. And you know what? Focus on those qualities within yourself that you would not sell for any amount of money. I think that's so beautiful. I think that's a gift from God. You know what I mean? That you, even if you're an agnostic, you still understand that there's certain things you won't do for any amount of money. I think that's absolutely beautiful. And let's focus on these kind of things. Let's lift each other up. Let's help each other understand. I really want the best for you. I am really going to do my best to treat you the way I want to be treated in all my affairs, in business in particular, because again, everything comes down to money. This is a false competing God for our affection, our attention, and it's been very successful, far too successful for my liking. I disdain it. I want to be free. I want to be free from having to serve this false God. I want to work for things that are imperishable, like Jesus stated. Things that can't be taken from me. Valuing the right things. And, and I want you to be, informed so that you can go out there and inform other people about how we can get there from here. And how there's so many issues in the public arena. It's overwhelming, but it's all minutia compared to that one issue, that one thing they won't let us have. Because if we did have enough time to have sound currency for a substantial period of time, we would be able to say, this is what gave us sound currency. This is what we cannot let go of. We would cement it. And that's why for thousands of years this has been going on, this magic trick with the money. Okay, the one thing they won't let us have is a sound currency, a true supply and demand, free market, capitalist economic system, because they know the exact same things I'm telling you, that it would create prosperity across the board, all of us, with a continually reduced work week. Can you imagine how beautiful that would be? Okay, we're still going to have those other issues that we can't solve, like death and disease and accidents and natural disasters, but it would free us from all other unnecessary suffering. All of it would just go away. All the abortions, as women wouldn't abort their babies. It's very unnatural for a woman to abort a child. It all comes down to money. She's financially insecure. She's scared. The crimes, the vast majority is provable, are committed because of financial desperation. The wars, there's profit in the war, okay? It's good. If you don't have war, then people on Wall Street can't profit, okay? If the people aren't productive, that's the other way they profit, is off the workers. This is it, through production. And, the whole system is just completely imbued with evil, okay? That's it. End of story. And we just all have to wake up and realize that fact, and then spread that truth to others and discuss ways to get out of it. Point the finger, identify the culprits, and demand justice, because it's not going to be handed out. We've got to understand these people will push as hard and long as they can. They chip away at our standard of living. They say, oh, well, hey, you accepted that. Well, you'll accept this. And then, you accepted that, you'll accept this. We have to say with one voice in unison, no, 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 no. I refuse my currency to be worth less tomorrow than today. No. You say that this is why we got to raise the price on this? This is what's driving it up? Because you're going to try to cite supply and demand when you're a liar? I'm going to say, then let's go to rationing. I'm going to call your bluff. Oh, you don't want to hear about rationing, do you? Okay, where Al Gore gets the same allotment of fuel as a third world child. Okay? Let's get real. Let's get crazy. But don't think that you're going to keep pulling this crap forever. Okay? Because the buck is going to stop. There will be a day of reckoning. And all you evildoers who are on the side of evil in this establishment and maintaining the status quo and letting this disparity continue to grow and letting people continue to die and suffer under your hand of oppression, your tyranny, your terrorism, your misery that you keep imposing and inflicting on humanity. Well, guess what? You've got only one thing to look forward to, and that's hell with a bunch of people just like yourself.